Good morning, everybody. Beginning of day 9. A little soggy outside the old shelter this morning. I'm one of the last ones to leave. The plan for the day is to short hike down to Dix Creek Gap, and the city of Hiawassee runs a free shuttle that we'll be picking up down there at 2 o'clock. So I got quite a bit of time. I've been kind of hanging out here at the shelter. I'd rather sit here in the dry than down there in the rain alongside the highway. So that's kind of the plan. I'm going to go into Hiawassee. I have to resupply, do some laundry, and get a couple pieces of gear so that I'm ready for the next trek. Forecast is nice for the next couple days after today, and then quite a bit of rain. So I want to make sure I'm set up for the rain and everything. But that's what's going on this morning anyway, outside the old shelter. I'll show you any cool pictures down the trail, and if not, I'll for sure show you the highway crossing there at Dix Creek Gap. Well, everybody, I'm only about half an hour or so down trail. It's not real warm. I mean, it's probably 50 out and raining, so you have to have rain gear. And one thing you have trouble with out here is regulating body heat, because the rain gear holds all the body heat in, and you end up sweating. If you don't wear it, you end up soaking wet from rain. Not a whole lot of choices, I guess. I figure it's better to be, I don't know, wet from sweat. I don't think there's any advantage either way, really. You just want to try to stay as dry as you can. Sorry, I'm going kind of slow here. The trail is slick. You just want to kind of be as careful as you can to try to not get too sweaty, because then that turns into hypothermia in the evenings. So it's always a balancing act between being dry and warm, and not too warm and not too cold. But all in all, I can't complain. The rain isn't hard today. It's just kind of a drizzly rain. Kind of nice scenery out and everything. So I was just trying to take advantage of the day. I have lots of time to get down to Dix Creek Gap. So I'm just going to head on down the trail, and we'll see what we can see out there today. Kind of nice to see the green grass on either side of the trail. Up here we're at about between 3,000 to 4,000 is about where we keep going between those two, and it's still kind of wintry up here. Not real warm yet, not many flowers or anything blooming yet. So whenever you see something green other than moss on a tree, it's kind of nice, kind of encouraging, keeps you going. The old trail is slick and muddy today coming down off this mountain. It's hard to tell, but it's pretty steep coming down. And then it's just really muddy and wet. And this mud is slick. So you have to really take it easy, take your time. No big rush, which luckily I had plenty of time to get to the bottom. I'm just kind of taking my time and moving as quick as I can without getting hurt. Got in my hotel room. For a day that it was supposed to be one of the nicest days, it actually ended up pretty much pouring rain all day, and it's still raining, and I'm drenched to the bone. I had planned to stop a night here just so I could pick up a resupply, and I was really worried that it was going to be such a nice day I'd be wasting a day of hiking. Well, I guess it's good in the long run because it's just pouring rain and it's cold and miserable and foggy out and everything. So I don't mind so much taking a night off trail if that's the way it's going to be. So first things first, I have to get my everything unpacked from my backpack, and I already got everything set up to do the laundry. So I'm gonna take all my clothes and wash them and dry them, and that's usually where I start when I get to town. I usually do that first. I do have a resupply coming here today supposedly, but it didn't show up, so I'm hoping it'll be there in the morning. She said it should be there about 9:30, so we'll go with that, and I'm gonna get cleaned up, and then we'll see if we can find somewhere to eat. This is what they call a gear explosion. When you get to the hotel and you have to put everything away or take everything out, dry everything off, lay everything out, sort through everything, your food, the garbage you've been carrying for a week, all your bedding. Everything has to be brought out, accounted for. My sleeping bag I usually lay out just to let it dry. Sleeping bag liner. You have to do all your laundry. I just got everything washed. It's all laying on the bed now. I've got to sort it out. Gloves by the heater. Sleeping bag, backpack in there. I'm not sure if that's going to dry. I have to figure out somewhere to hang that. But yeah, basically make a real mess of the room. It's amazing how big of a mess you can make with only the stuff that you were carrying on your back. But anyway, this is the best way to do it. Kind of gets everything sorted out and cleaned out. So I'm gonna get dressed and then head over across the street. I see there's a steakhouse and there's a steak over there. It's been calling my name for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna go over there and see that steak. Hey everybody, it is day 10. I never actually closed the video out yesterday, but I did go over to the steakhouse and had dinner. That was good. I don't know if I explained yet, I had a mail drop being delivered here to the post office that originally was supposed to be in yesterday, but it didn't show up. So I'm gonna take a 0 here, basically is what they call it. I'm spending 2 nights at the hotel. I hiked yesterday, came in, got all my laundry done, everything cleaned up, went out to eat, edited some videos. Today I did more straightening up. I went down and got my package. It arrived at the post office so I could bring it back to the hotel room, kind of sort through it, see how much food I need for the next run. I have some extra food, so I think I'm gonna bump the box ahead to the next post office. Well, if you'd call it bumping ahead. I'm gonna mail what's left ahead to the next post office. It's about 4 to 5 days away. That way I'll have the supplies up there. I don't have to carry extra supplies that way. So yeah, it's about noon or 1 o'clock right now. I've got my food all sorted out. I'm gonna walk down to the post office, and then there's an outfitter. I'm gonna look, see if they have a better rain jacket and a pack cover. Then I'm gonna walk over to Ingles, which is a grocery store chain over here. And just a couple things like some tortillas and just a Gatorade. I mean, not much that I need, but I'll grab that stuff and then come back to the hotel, edit some more videos and get everything packed up. There is a shuttle leaving Ingles in the morning about 9 that will take me back up to Dix Creek Gap, where I can start the next leg of my journey. I have either 4 or 5 days, I think it's probably close to 5 days, of hiking to get to the next resupply point, which is Franklin, North Carolina. So that's my plan right now, and I'll check back in with you later. Maybe I'll take you with me down and we'll look around town a little bit, okay? Great. When you plan on staying in a town or doing a resupply, so always a good idea to look at the map first. Try to find a hotel or motel or a hostel that is close to everything in the middle of town. Like here in Hiawassee, I'm staying at the Holiday Inn, and it is within about a 1/4 mile or 3/8 of a mile of everything I need. The post office, the grocery store, the outfitter, restaurants. if your hotel doesn't have laundry, that's something to think about. So that's kind of one of the first things I usually do when I look at a town. I'm like, okay, here's the town I'll probably end up needing a resupply in. I'll determine where's the best location to stay so that when you get here, you don't have to walk another 5 miles. That's always nice. Even if you have to pay a little bit extra, it's worth it to not have to walk a lot once you get there, especially if it's going to be miserable weather. Today, fortunately, it's pretty nice. Here's the post office right alongside the street. So let's go in there and see if we can get this box mailed up to North Carolina for us. Okay, we got our package mailed up to North Carolina. Now we're gonna head down the street to the Outfitters, I believe is our next stop, to see if we can find some rain gear. Okay, everybody, just left Trailful Outfitters, really super helpful staff. Got myself a decent rain jacket, a small fuel canister, and a pack cover, so I hope I'm a little more ready for the rain now. Now I'm gonna head over to Ingles and pick up a couple food items, and we should be done with our running around then. Okay, now we're at Ingles. Pick up a couple things over here. The shuttle tomorrow will be picking us over on the right side of the building over there. In fact, there's the shuttle there now for the guys going up there today. And so we'll get some food items and then we'll see what's next in town. Got our supplies, tried to get some fruits while I'm in town because you don't want to pack those out. Other than that, I don't need much with the resupply. Okay, got all our supplies. Now, I believe next stop is back to the hotel and then maybe try to track down something to eat for some lunch, I believe. That'll be the plan. So it's about a quarter, 3/8 of a mile, something like that, back to the hotel. And oh, I think I'm gonna run across the street to the hardware store, see if they have another charge cable. I noticed mine's starting to get frayed a little bit, so I might run over there and see if they would have that across the street. Well, hey everybody. End of day 10. Day spent just around Hiawassee. I got my food, I got my supplies. I did pick up another rain jacket and a bag liner because there is quite a lot of rain coming up in the next 3 to 4 days. Pretty productive day. It's kind of a shame, boy, today was beautiful out there. It was like 73, sunny, and I'm in town. That's not part of the plan, but that's the way it worked. Anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna leave here about 8:30. I should be able to get to Ingles to catch the free 9 o'clock shuttle up to Dix Creek Gap. They'll drop me off and we'll head north. I'm not sure how far I'll make it. Seems like there's a shelter in about 4 or 12. So it's either gonna be a short day or a really long day. Tomorrow, I think the weather's supposed to be okay until tomorrow night or early Saturday morning. Some thunderstorms supposed to move in. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll play it by ear. I am a little better prepared for wet now than I was when I got here. So that's good. Other than that, it was a pretty productive day. I took you guys with me. We looked around town and everything. So I'm gonna wrap this video up and finish up a few last minute packing items, and we'll see y'all in the morning.